All right, y'all. We're back with another video. We're back with another reaction backslash to talk about it. How are we doing today on this Monday? It is 10:03 in the morning. How are we doing? Are we doing good? Are we okay? Did we take care of our business yesterday? Did you pray today? Because today we have some very big news. Very important announcement. 2025 USA Women's Basketball Americup Trials roster. Now, before we get into the roster, what exactly is the Americup Trials? What is that? The USA Basketball Women's Americup Team Trials are a selection process for identifying the roster that will represent USA in the United States USA in the FIBA Women's Americup. The trials, which begin June 17th at the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, are a competition among a select group of athletes to earn a spot on the national team. The winning team of the Americup earns a berth to the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup. For a more detailed breakdown, what is the purpose of this? The trials are a way to choose the best players to represent the U.S. in the FIBA Women's Americup. The location is in Colorado Springs at the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Training Center. The selection, a committee responsible for the junior national team selects the players for the final team. The event, FIBA Women's Americup, where the selected team will compete, is held in Santiago, Chile from June 28th to July 6th. The outcome, what do you get for being on the team? Like, what is the purpose? Like, what do I win for this? The winner of the FIBA Women's Americup will advance to the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup in Berlin. Now that we know what the Americup trials are, who made the team? First, we'll start off with Reagan Beers. Then we have Michaela Blakes, super sophomore. Nice. Reagan Beers made the team. Solid. Madison Booker, Maddie Buckets. Nice. Mara Braun, okay. Addison Brown, Jelani Cambridge, Audie Crooks, Margaret Dugan, Big George. George Edwards made the team. Solid, okay. Stally Hurt, Hannah Hidalgo made the team. Big Foe, Flaujae Johnson, Gianna Neepins, Lil Page Bugs, Olivia Miles made the team. Mm, But we don't get into that. Let's finish the roster first. Camille Pierre made the team. Reagan Richardson from Duke made the team. Kenny Winnedy made the team. Solid. Hannah Stokey, Hannah Mayer, Hannah Styling, Hannah Mayer made the team. Grace Van Sluten and Peyton Verhulst made the 2025 USA Basketball Women's America Trials roster. Nice. Now, looking at the roster, we all know there's one name missing that if they didn't get hurt in March would have more than likely 100% made this roster. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it now. We all know who I'm talking about. If you don't know, it's Juju Watkins. And I mean, from what I've seen this last weekend, she was coaching. I'm seeing improvement walking, right? There's no crutches, there's no wheelchair. February? Return on February? I'm ready to see y'all comments now. No, she's done for the season. Don't get your hopes up. I just want to see the best players play, you know? Don't try to ruin my hopes and dreams because she's done for season. Maybe, hopefully, February, maybe March is a return. We'll see. But we all know the big names on this roster that we've talked about within the past. Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles. Now, all internet aside, because we've been talking about the Hannah and Olivia Miles situation for at least the last maybe month, right? All internet aside, we all know how good these players are, especially Hannah and Olivia Miles as teammates. They were considered one of, if not the best backcourt duo in the country. So we know how good they are. Now, it might be a little awkward though. It might be a little awkward because of the the internet situation, but they put that to the side, compete to make it to the 2026 World Cup in Berlin. They put that to the side. Should be a good time. Now, this might be awkward. It might give KD, Russell Westbrook type vibe, but it is what it is. But again, congratulations to everybody that made. Goodness gracious, that was a destruction line. Again, congratulations to everybody that made the roster and competing for the World Cup. Here are the head coaches. Carol Lawson from Duke, great coach. Duke made it pretty far. They just didn't have experience. Now that they have that experience, it's a possibility they make a deeper run this next March. We'll see. The assistant coaches, Delisha Milton Jones. Okay, Jeannie made it. Court coaches is Jim, Robin. Ages as of May 6, 2025. Entered the NCAA transfer portal following 2025. Okay. So again, as you can see, this is women's college. Is not the WNBA or they both intertwine and mix together. This is all college players. So again, congratulations to everybody that made the roster. Now that that's out the way, we have some very unfortunate news. Hi guys, I have returned once again. I have returned to pretty much explain what he's trying to say so it doesn't sound like a run-on sentence once again. As he is going to announce Courtney Vandersloot tore ACL. And we all know that I tore my ACL pose, right? We hold our knee, we can't get up. And that's exactly what Vandersloot did. So, kind of already knew what was going to happen, right? Basically, what he's trying to say is, Chicago, what are you going to do? You barely scoring over 50 points. A lot of these games are blowouts. You don't really have an option one scorer. The defense is, So front office, it's time to step up your game, right? It's time to put down the dominoes. Stop playing Uno. Stop playing solitaire on your phone, posing in your office like this. It's time to actually lock in and get a roster together. Because I'm going to tell you this. If Chicago doesn't get their roster together, if they keep this same roster, what's going to happen is a lot of the players are going to start getting irritated. They're going to get frustrated. They're going to sit back and wonder and contemplate, is this really a home? Is this really where they want to finish their careers out in the future? And if they get to that point where they're sitting down talking to themselves about it with their family, they're more than likely going to ask or demand for a trade. And you better pray it's not the star players of Angel Reese or Camila Cardoso. Because if it's Angel Reese, that Barbie night, say goodbye. That's your revenue right there. Angel Reese is more than likely the Chicago Sky's revenue. And shout out to Geneva in general and Quita Love Sports because those are the Chicago Sky diehard fans, especially Quita because she has the season passes for every game. So if Angel Reese were to demand a trade because the front office is doing nothing, and then again, the offense still needs to be worked on. I still see, I get it. I see the videos of Angel Reese working out under the basket. I see that. But again, there is no reason for a player of Angel Reese stature, a player as good as Angel Reese really is, because we've seen what she did at LSU. She was getting 20-20 games. There is no way she went from 20-20 to barely scoring 6 points. That's unacceptable for a front office and a training staff for a player as famous as she is to be averaging that. The Draymond Green stats. She's better than that. Right? And then we have Camila Cardoso. She's 6'8", 6'9" when she was on. There is no way that she's averaging 6 points, 6, 7 points a game. Okay, I take it back. She's averaging pretty much 11 points. but 6 rebounds at 6'7", barefooted, maybe 6'8", 6'9", with shoes on. Come on, that should be the amount of rebounds she gets. The 10 points, the 11 points, that's as many rebounds that she should be getting per game. Anyways, let's get back to what I was saying. That shouldn't be happening. She should bare minimum average 12 to 14 and 10 rebounds a game. When Angel Reese gets in rebounds, between her and Angel Reese, they should have at least 24 combined rebounds just out of them two alone. But yet again, the training staff, the front office, doesn't really seem like they're doing a lot of anything. And then you got the coach, which I'm starting to see people turn on the coach because last season, Teresa Weatherspoon didn't have them look like this. Teresa had them at least doing something. It's just at the end of the season, players started getting hurt, bodies dropped, and that was their season. And get rid of Weatherspoon for the new coach that they have now. It don't really seem like they're going in a positive direction. So, with that being said, to quickly summarize what I was pretty much here to say, is that Vandersloot, one of their more reliable scorers, is going to be out for the season because of her torn ACL. And again, we know the pose. He tried to, Hoodie Drace tried to, make her optimistic. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. But we all know the I tore my ACL pose. So, she's done. So it's going to be up to Chicago how far they go. Do they make the necessary changes to the roster that they need to make to change their season, turn their season around, do a complete 180 on their season? Or do they keep the same roster that they have all the way up until trade deadline? Do they not make anything at all? Because if that's the case, no roster change, it's time to tank. It might be just time to tank the season if there's no roster change being done. And again, if they don't make those necessary changes, there could be a possibility that the star players of the team either ask, demand, or just sit out. And when I say ask or demand, it's a trade or they sit out. Because there's no way fans are spending all this money to watch them barely score 50 points and lose by almost 30. Especially to the Fever with no Kate McClurk, but that's for another topic for another time. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to let him finish his video. Just wanted to come on here and explain what he's trying to say so it doesn't sound like a run-on sentence. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to see you guys soon. You guys let me know how you feel about today's video. Again, the Americup Trials roster has now been announced. And Courtney Vandersloot tore ACL. What is Chicago going to do? Praying for a speedy recovery for Vandersloot, the veteran who actually won a championship in Chicago and in New York. But, anyways, I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully they figure it out soon. But anyways, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Just I really appreciate it. Alright, y'all. So originally I had a video already done, already planned out. I was almost getting ready to drop it. But then I came across this video and I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this video attached onto the video I already had done with the Americup trials and Courtney Vandersloot tearing her ACL. I don't know how many WNBA games I'm gonna do today, but we might as well just get this clip done out the way, pretty much. So, anyways, this is Flaujae explaining why she is no longer friends with Angel Reese. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let her talk. And after, I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion. So with that being said, check it out.
We're not friends, but I mean, like that bond and that we had, and that thing that we did together, win the national championship. You can never take that away from us. And so sometimes like stuff happens, you wish it don't happen, but it do, and you just gotta grow. But I mean, like I support her in everything she do. Like she killing in the WNBA. I be on social media, you know what I'm saying, clowning the folks that be trying to talk about down on her. Like, you know what I'm saying. I'm just proud of her.
And what you said, you guys aren't friends. Is that because of some of the things that we've seen before with the conversations with your people?
Yeah, it was a lot of media. It was a lot of locker room stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff that go on behind the scenes.
Oh, all right. So here's my honest opinion, right? Because Angel Reese and Flaujae, they used to be really close. I believe one thing roommates at one point. Maybe, maybe not. I could be wrong. But this is what I was saying about Notre Dame and their success. That they look really good now, but they have to keep the team chemistry high in order to make it to where they want to go in the regular season, in the postseason, and you know, Elite Eight, Final Four, and then the big game. But as we all know, they end up losing in the Sweet 16 again for a consecutive season. And it's the same thing with LSU and Flaujae and Angel Reese. Because if y'all remember, Angel Reese was suspended. This is where it all started. Angel Reese was suspended for unknown reasons, and everybody wanted to know why. Was it the team chemistry? Was it her GPA? And a lot of people still clown on Angel Reese to this day, saying that she has a below 2.0 GPA. Everybody wanted to know what happened, and then both Flaujae and Angel Reese's mom were going back and forth on the internet, which then grew Flaujae and Angel Reese apart from each other, to where now you have videos like this of Flaujae saying in an interview with the BET Awards, saying that her and Angel Reese are no longer friends, but Flaujae still root for her, you know what I mean? It's my sister, but it's not cool like that. And it happens. It happens in life. It happens with friends. You're close with people. And Flaujae and Angel Reese, since right, they were teammates, they won a national championship together. That's something that you can't take away. That they were clicking that one year. But again, with that team chemistry and what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room that Kim Mulkey said, that kind of gave it away right there that there's something going on, that there's funk going on, and there's beef, or there's trouble in paradise, as people say. But again, Flaujae, she still root for Angel Reese, but they just not cool like that. They don't really talk like that anymore. And it happens. Let's see.
We're not
Watch
friends, but I
it
mean,
one more
like
time.
that bond and that we had, and that thing that we did together, win the national championship. You can never take that away from us. And
Yeah, that's history.
so sometimes like stuff happens, you wish it don't happen, but it do, and you just gotta grow. But
I know a lot of people say that there's egos involved with the team downfall as well.
I mean, like, I support her in everything she do. Like, she killing in the WNBA. I be on social media, you know what I'm saying, clowning the folks that be trying to talk about down on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just proud of her.
And what you said, you guys aren't friends. Is that because of some of the things that we've seen before with the conversations with your people?
Yeah, it was a lot of media. It was a lot of locker room stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that go on.
Yeah, see again, that team chemistry, right? A lot of things in the media, some locker room stuff happened, which grew the team apart from where they once were the year before.
Yeah, it was a lot of locker room stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that go on behind the scenes. But
Let's see what y'all gotta say in the comments. Salute to Flaujae Big Foe. And she's way better than Angel Reese. You think so? Randall Harvey? Angel is way, way better. Angel was the MVP on the championship team, not Flaujae. A lot of egos when they were at LSU. That's exactly what I was just saying. There's a lot of egos going on. Everybody wanted to be option one. You know, Flaujae's an option one kind of player, and then Angel Reese believed that she's an option one player as well. So when you have two egos like that colliding, like two alphas colliding like that, and then they have the popularity, the fame, and clout and whatever, and they don't agree, and they doing this in the locker room, it kind of it ruins the chemistry of everybody else that's following the leader. You know what I mean? Because there's like, okay, so who do we listen to in this sense of the time and place of the game? You know? So, anyways, I knew when Kim Mulkey said, "What's happening in the locker room stays in the locker room." This is what play out the way it did. Crazy because you played your best basketball with Angel. Your game hasn't been the same since. Angel kept you focused and motivated. You think so? I hope you're not jealous that Angel was the championship game MVP and not you. Angel is way better, and that's a fact. That's not even close for being up for debate. That's what I was saying earlier in the video. That's why it's very confusing with the Chicago Sky because Angel Reese at the time was getting 20 points, 20 rebound games, sometimes consecutive. Then we get into league, and I understand the league is way different, the pros, right? So now you're not playing 18, 19, 20 year olds. You're playing up against 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 35 year olds that are more seasoned, more experienced than you. But still, it just seems like how do you go from 2020s to 9 and 12? You know what I mean? Like, how does that happen? Again, I think it's the training staff, the front office not getting the right players for Angel Reese to really be successful, to really flourish and show off her game. And in the front office, they just chilling. Training staff, I mean, they doing the best they can. I see that they're getting pads and helping her out with contact and layups. But again, it's still more that needs to be done for Angel Reese to be the player that everybody knows that she can be. Because again, I don't know why people are comparing her to Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark. They're two totally different players, two totally different positions. They have two totally different motives. Like Caitlin, like let's be honest. If the Fever draft Angel Reese number one, y'all boycott the league. Let's be honest. So it was a no-brainer for the Fever to draft Caitlin, right? Caitlin Clark's role is to take them to the finals. She took Iowa to the championship twice, so now it's like, yeah, Caitlin Clark got to take them to the finals. No matter if she's a rookie, take them to the promised land by herself. She is not prime LeBron. Anyway. And then with Angel Reese, it's like, okay, her game is more of a lately she's been putting up Draymond numbers, but like her role is to be like a Dennis Rodman, a Draymond Green to do the other stuff, like the dirty work, like getting the rebounds, playing the defense, getting the charges, diving for loose balls, stuff like that. That's more of Angel Reese's role on the Chicago Sky, but it's like y'all expect her to be Dikembe Mutombo or something. David Robinson, Shaq. It's way different as a big than it is a guard. It's Caitlin, she gotta do everything. Other than that, the Fever, they just Indiana. Caitlin's Indiana and the Fever. And it's same look, it's the same thing with Chicago. If Angel Reese, like I said earlier, if Angel Reese was to demand a trade out of Chicago, that Bayou Barbie and all that, Chicago Chirac Barbie, it's done. It's over. All the revenue was gone. So I didn't mean to yap like that, but gotta gotta get in that mode sometimes. Next is now when she gets to the WNBA, it's gonna be weird if she gets drafted to Chicago. Hmm, we'll see. I think her class is this next season. She could have went this year, but her real class is this coming up season with AZ Fun and a lot of other good players. She said she was killing it in the NBA, Big Four, injuries, and all the LSU teams and LSU culture clowns. Interesting. But anyways, that's that. That should be the end of this video. If not, I'll add more to it. Again, this is Flaujae Johnson explaining why she is not friends with Angel Reese anymore. Again, these are two players, two very highly talented, highly clouded players that won a national championship. That's something you can't take away from them. But at the end of the day, it happens with everybody. You close with somebody at one point, you butt heads with certain topics, whatever it was. I don't know. Media was saying it was injuries, GPA, and then the pairs going back and forth, things of that nature, and then they just grew apart. They no longer cool like that. As long as they say, I support you, you still my sister though, from LSU. Goes Tigers. But after that, it's say goodbye. We don't talk to you like that. It's over with. I'm Big Four at the end of the day. Andrew's probably saying, "Oh, I'm the Maryland Barbie." You know she from Baltimore. She the Maryland Barbie. So, anyways, that's the end of this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do subscribe, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video, man.